I say, how y'all doing today? How are you doing today? I am your host, Lacey G. Soldier Turner. And today, man, my guest, man, to me is one of the greatest actors, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have seen him in Power. Y'all have seen him in Ballers, man. Y'all have seen him in my favorite show, The Breaks. You already said, man. We got my boy Antoine Harris, man. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great, bro. Thank you for having me, brother. I really appreciate being here. I
No
know the
problem.
video, I know the video is off because I'm laying in bed. G already know,
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
little,
He a little sick today, yeah,
a
but it's
little,
all good. We go get to it up in this phase. So
yes,
my,
sir.
my first question to you, Antoine, is can you give me let me know where you were born and raised and give us some background history for you in your younger days?
Absolutely, man. I was born and raised. I was actually born in Brooklyn, and I was raised in Jamaica, Queens, New York City. Um, yeah, my mom's and my pops had us out in Jamaica, Queens. It was in Cambria, to be specific. Um, then I went to PS 176, then I went to 216, then I went to Holy Cross, then I went to Virginia Tech. Coming up, I ran track, played basketball. I was an athlete, had an older sister. Um, Grew up in the 90s, so those golden years for hip hop and, kind of around the time where I found my footing and figured out what I wanted to do with my life. That was around the time I figured out, hey man, I want to test the waters with this acting thing. I didn't have a opportunity or like a family member who was in the game or like, like kind of like a pass to get through, if that makes sense. Like nobody to kind of like shape me and show me the way. So when I came back from school, I just started modeling to kind of get myself in rooms with people who I would never be able to be around. I was actually signed to Boss Models for a little while. And
That's
then from
exactly
that,
what I was gonna ask you. So, like, what did you do to get your feet wet first to try to get at the entertainment industry?
yeah, see, I knew you going
Say,
with
so
it.
you knew where I was going. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, that's honestly what I did. It was just kind of being able to get myself in the right rooms, honestly. And from that, it led to me doing background work. You
Mhm.
know, I'm also a songwriter as well. So like music kind of supported the acting sometimes, and then acting supported the music. But I just was doing a lot of background work for maybe like the first 2 or 3 years, just kind of being on sets. Like I was on the Taking the Pelham 123, and I got to watch Denzel work. I,
Mhm.
I got to watch Ben Foster work and Woody Harrelson work on this movie called The Messenger. And I actually got to play chess with Woody Harrelson. If you ever around Woody Harrelson, man, do not play him in chess, bro. He's a problem.
He said he
Do not play that man in chess, bro. He
take
is
it
a
serious.
problem.
Take it
Man,
serious, like we take spades serious.
man, facts. He is no joke, bro. I'm telling you now. But
So
man, just being around them and watching them greats work, and then doing the extra stuff, I just started, coming along. Then I would get bumped up to like a line here, a line there, by the grace of God, it just kind of kept progressing for me, slowly but surely.
okay,
But
so let me ask you, what is your thoughts on acting school versus background work?
man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I did both, but I will tell you that like it's one thing to get it from a teacher who may or may have not ever been on a set and may or may have not ever done it, to get in the craft and things for your toolbox is necessary, but it's a whole different experience being on set and seeing how, the whole universe of making a film or a TV show works, seeing how the directors talk to their talent, seeing how the actors take their space and how they understand their beats and how prepared they are. And just kind of seeing how that ecosystem works because in a school, you're never going to get that feeling, you're never going to get that. And that's where you ultimately want to work, So I would always say do both, to be honest with you, if you can, you know, it was humbling though, being like, not even having a number on the call sheet. You there for 8 to 12 hour days, you're making $60. You know, you
Yeah.
sitting outside, you in the cold, you ignored, nobody cares about you. But I'm just being honest, man. But
Yeah, I know.
if you take that time to pay attention, it's a it's a gift for sure. And I also did some theater work as well. So,
Yeah, I
you
was trying
know,
to talk about that. I know you. I heard you say you did something with Jim Jones.
yes, yeah, man. I did what was it called? Hip hop monologues.
How
And
was
then
that?
it was crazy, man. Just seeing how they work and just seeing how to be on stage. When you're on stage, it's like it's one take, bro. Like
Ain't no cut
you,
like in the
nah,
movies and
man.
that.
No, no, no. No, 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 bruh. It's one take, man.
You
So
can't mess that up.
nah, you better not mess that up. You
Hey,
better
wait a
not.
minute, y'all. Can I do it over crowd? Can
Nah, they booing you. You going home.
I?
You going home, bro. And the funny thing about theater though is it teaches you how to break down your character differently though, because with like movies and TV, like sometimes with TV especially, like sometimes you'll get your script like a few days before you shoot. Hopefully you understand your character, but you don't really get that much time to live with them. Whereas with a theater, you get usually like a few weeks, maybe a month to kind of just build your character and understand the arc of the character, which is key. So you learn how to break down a character differently. So if you can handle it up on them boards, you can definitely handle it on the set.
Mm. So I saw was Game Time your first independent film?
Man, Game Time actually was my well, do we count student films as an indie film?
I guess we could throw it in there.
Hey
Hey,
man,
look,
if we
I mean, I took film in school, so I already know about the student films.
okay, so my first actual student film was it was called Animal Drill. And it was a film about basketball too. It had a lot of themes in there that was kind of crazy. And I did that. I probably booked that maybe like 2 or 3 months before Game Time. So I say Game Time was probably the first indie film that was kind of big, but the actual first one was Animal Trip for sure.
Did you think when Lionsgate picked up Game Time that you was like this it? Did you think you was
Oh man, 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 you're young, bro. It's a whole different. When they picked it up, we were like, oh man, we out of here. We out of here. It's going everywhere in the world. Oh, we out of here, bro. We out of here. That was right at the beginning too, where like it wasn't like all them streamers and stuff either. So like you hear Lionsgate taking something, you like, wow. But yeah, man, it didn't work out like that.
So I saw that you also, like you even said you was a musical artist. Did you
Mhm.
do hip hop? And then if you did, did you have like a stage name or anything?
No, see, I'm actually a songwriter, and I still
Um,
am. And I write R&B, like R&B joints, and sometimes I'll
okay.
do an R&B hook for a hip hop song. But
Mm,
yeah, just a songwriter. I'm signed to Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri manages me on the songwriting side, and
yeah.
I've written some songs for Kenny Lattimore, for Usher, for Ludacris.
Day
Just some
26.
people. Yeah, yeah, them. Brandon Hines. This girl named Layla Samia. Man, I've been blessed on the songwriting side as well, man. Division. Um, so it's just been like two grinds kind of sustaining each other kind of, for the past like 10, 11 years, just trying to get some footing in either one of the games at the same time. It's a blessing to be able to, have some progress, so I'm thankful for it. I really am.
Okay, so I want to get back to that day 26. So you wrote a song for day 26, but it never came out. Why not?
Nah, man, it's crazy, man. That
What,
song, the song was wild too. It was with Mario Winans. It was with Mario Winans. It was with Day 26. That we was actually on the making of the band. They didn't air our episode on there either.
mm,
But I mean, to be honest with you, I can't say, like I don't really. I wish I knew, you know. We wrote maybe two or three songs for them, and it
mm,
seemed like one of the guys' favorite songs as well. But sometimes in music, in any business, there's things going on outside of your control, and maybe it has something to do with us not being staff writers for Bad Boy or something. I
mm,
don't know if they wanted to get at to some writers who weren't, directly signed to their publishing company,
mm.
or we talk about singles, so I don't know, man, but I was sick, bro, because the song was wild, man.
So
The
when you
song,
do that, the song is just in limbo now. Like you can't
yeah,
be
it's
like,
just,
uh,
nah, you can't do nothing with it because they own it.
man,
You
that's
can't do
messed
nothing
up.
with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do a thing with it. Like the world would never hear it,
Man,
you
that's
know,
messed up.
unless somebody leak it, maybe.
I don't know how this got out. It just
Yeah,
got out.
oops. Oops.
But
They said it to us though. We got it.
yeah.